Hi. Well, let me see who we got here. We've got Richard, we've got Pam I am, we have Ben. Hey Ben. Hey everybody. Yeah, I opened my chat a little early. I just figured you guys like to chat? So yeah, I came in just a little early and nobody was coming in right away, so I was go checking to make sure everything was going to work when you did make it in. I love my flower crown, really. You know, I'm really enjoying being able to wear my flowers since I found it. Um, Today, just to kind of get you hyped up for this, I found something very, very cool and I wish Titan was here. I hope Titan makes it in because he'd probably like this because it's very obvious this was not built by people our size. Okay, this city. And it's very obvious that it's a melted city. I mean, I don't know how you could look at this knowing what we know and not see what it is. And it's so uh, perfect what they've done. They have made a 3D tour of it, and you can see it both from walking level, street level, and also from the air. And so I'm going to take you on a little tour of Petra, a little virtual tour of Petra. And it's really cool. um, and it's obvious that made, this was obviously a city. When you see the mountain range around it and you see this extends for miles, it looks like. And so this was a huge city that went on for miles, melted, and is very obviously melted. Um, and knowing what we know, what exactly this means, I don't know. But I will tell you one thing. My um, my feeling is that probably the reason that these mountains get names for being haunted and being like sacred mountains and being where the gods come from and all that, I think it's because there are probably still people in there now that it looks like a mountain, even once it looks like a mountain, because once it gets melted, it starts to look like a mountain, not a city. So if that happened, if something like that would happen, some kind of catastrophe or attack would happen, and you would be inside one of these cities, you might end up getting sealed in there, except for just a few openings. And probably there are civilizations still in the cities that we don't know about. That's probably what happened. They had to go under. We've got all kinds of stories about people having to go underground for protection and all kinds of stuff like this. And it's like, it's real obvious to me. There must have been some people left alive in the deeper parts of these cities before they got destroyed by melting. In which case, um, the people who built them could still be around. They may not be gone. They may not all be dead. This would explain the inner Earth cities, and they'd be way more evolved than us. They would be way far ahead of us technologically. They would have a big, big head start. And, you know, well, I'll go on a little bit of it. Let me play the intro while people are still filing in and saying hi to each other. Okay, share screen. And here we go. Hopefully. Making waves, and now it's time for the show, folks. Did it work? Oh, I think I just played the music and not the... I'll get it right one day. I thought probably our production values needed to rise a little bit on this channel. It would sure help if I knew what the heck I was doing and was good at it, wouldn't it? I'll get good at it one day. I'll figure it out one day. Hi, Denali. How you doing? Hi, Linda. Okay, let's try this one more time. My God, help me. I just can't. Why is this so hard? It shouldn't be that hard. Or I'm just telling myself it shouldn't be that hard. Okay. Okay. Get straight, you, and quit fighting me. Okay. So you've got the screen now. I'm going to give it a full screen. I'm going to practice. You get to be my guinea pigs. Wait, 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 wait. ocean making waves and navigating a lot of Mercury retrograde stuff. Well, I was at the time too. Yeah. Oh, Ben, you've never seen the intro I made. I'm gonna try and play it every time now. I'm gonna try and get into the habit of playing it every single time. So, problem is, I don't have that recording anymore, so I would have to find some way to download it, and I don't quite understand how I download my own darn video off of YouTube, but I need to download it and cut it so that I just have the intro, because after that it goes into a thing about the after living. Okay. So anyway, I'm done with that stop screen and getting into the meat of it. I do have, like I said, I do have a song, a new song for that I was, when I was sitting out in nature yesterday, gosh, I came in and I got so sleepy and I intended to have a stream and just sitting down, and I went right out because I had worked on a bunch of stuff, and then I came in and I sat down, and that's usually I sat down in this easy chair, and then hours later I woke up and it was 11:11. It's like, well, it's a little late now to have a stream. So sorry about that, and that may happen from time to time, or I'll do my best. I just hate not being able to do what I say I'm going to do, you know. But I guess I needed the sleep because Gemini Moon, I was on the phone to her for a while, and she says, we all need sleep right now. You need sleep. We need sleep. We have a lot going on, and we really freaking need the sleep when we can get it. So totally, I know I spent most of my life sleep deprived. So yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ben. And I think let me see. Okay. And I'll start with that. It's a ceremonial song. I wanted one besides the rebirth song. Be nice if I could talk. I said we need a little bit more general one, and they gave me this one as I was meditating. Thank you. I know I love wearing flowers. Mother, I send my roots down, till I feel your beating heart. Mother, I send my roots down, till I feel the beating of your heart, and I feel love coming right back to me. I feel love coming right back to me. Father, I send my branches up, till I feel your energy. rise up till I feel your energy, and I feel love coming right back to me. I feel love coming right back to me. I know I am a child of the earth and the sky, 'cause I feel love. I know I am a child of the earth and the sky, 'cause I feel love, and I feel love coming right back to me. I feel love coming right back to me. Rinse and repeat. To be sung as many times as you need. Hope that came out all right. I hope that translated well. You could hear it properly. So, this is the first public performance, although my helper did hear it. She was just standing there frozen listening to it. She liked it. She liked it a lot. So anyway, that's kind of made my head feel funny. It's a great song to meditate with. Boy, I meditated with that one. Okay, I'm warning you, the singing bowl is coming out. So if you need to adjust things to be able to hear it, I'd say go ahead and adjust them, because I've got the singing bowl out. That's okay. Well, Pam, you'll have to play it back because I just did the song. If you want to hear the song. But you'll hear it it'll be at, I'll be singing it at a ceremony. That's okay. I love showers. Oh, thank you. Okay. Be careful now, because I am going to start the singing bowl. And while some people, this does a clearing on its own. This does a clearing. So some people just love it, and some people can translate very oddly on some devices. So just letting you know. And it gets loud. Ooh, well, I'm glad you're back, Pam, because we're just about to do Petra, tour of Petra. And it's very obviously a melted city. And if you don't know what I mean by that, I'll show you. And they're all over the world. Obviously, there have been other resets. We know this. And some of them have obviously happened in what looks like a real unpleasant way. Not that that's going to happen this time. No, not for us. I don't think we have to worry about that kind of an end. I don't think so. But this is how, just to think about how far ahead would these people be from us. Okay, let me make sure I do this right, because I still somehow managed to do this wrong. Uh, there it is. Okay. And as you can see, I hope I've got this. Let me make sure it's showing up right. Okay, let me know if you can hear me, okay, when I do this, because I can't tell. Can you still hear me when I do that? You should be able to. Because if you can't, then I'm going to have to do it a little different, but we'll see. Because I haven't actually been removed, it should come out okay. Okay, you can still hear me. Cool. I'm going to put it on full screen so you can see it even better. And you can get close-ups with this. And you'll notice that these people are dressed a little weird for the time period and the place that they are. Some of them. This one right here in the front is just a little weird. Looks, oh, and by the way, this moves around. It actually will move itself around a little bit. I'd love to know if anybody understands what these things are over on the two sides here. But obviously some kind of sculpture. Now you can see when we look at this that it extends up quite a way. So this is one of the rock cut cities. But you can see the levels. Okay? And it's funny how whenever we come across these melted cities, there's almost always some pocket like this that's almost in perfect condition. Now, take a look at these columns and the door. Actually, we can even walk in the door and look around. And notice this strange door here, right? Obviously, we're not really at street level. We're up a ways, which makes it seem a lot more normal. But you can see how these were carved and everything on the inside, and very nicely, by the way. And this is the way it looks now with everything bare. Okay, so I'm going to go back out. Or I'm going to try anyway. Gotta figure out how to do this. Okay, so we'll go back to, okay, this is how it looks at night. And now this is actually more of a street level. And you can see the huge columns, huge columns. And actually, let me get you, these are luminaries because people come there to pray and meditate, I guess, and pray. But you can see that all around there are these rock faces that look like the rest of it. This was a city. And you can actually take a little helicopter ride here and see what it looks like from up here. And you can see that this goes on a long way. It looks like there's a mountain in the back there that is probably part of this complex. This is huge. It's absolutely freaking huge. And once again, there are places that it looks like completely melted and practically destroyed, and a few places at ground level that are not so badly worn or blown up or melted, you know, and it always seems to be that way. It's usually tucked away in a pocket. I mean, this might have been just at the angle, at the right angle to be spared from whatever happened to the rest of it. And, you know, they'll tell you this is just normal erosion, but obviously it isn't eroding at the same pace as everything else, you know, or this part would also be eroded. And it's not. So I thought this was a really neat, though, that you can actually get all these different views. And this is called Facade Streets. Now you can see how small the people, let me show you how tiny the people are compared to this place. Do you really think that this city was actually built for people this size? I don't know. You tell me. And moreover, look at the size of the dwelling, little places here. This is some kind of a little gift shop over on this side, and you can see there's some steps here. Certainly, and it goes so far up, and we also have no idea how far down it goes, but you can see where it's sectioned off like buildings would be, especially that seam right there in the middle here. And then it's got all these stairways that don't go anywhere to somewhere that is now gone. And notice that it's all red. And red is the presence of iron. It indicates the presence of iron, and it also indicates that there was probably a lot of the iron comes from hemoglobin, if you asked Roger. But you can see that this goes on and on and on. And if you had a couple of years, you would not be able to get everywhere to look at this place. And is that little chevron thing there, is that just a decoration, or were those the stairs for the size of people who use this place? Um, so, that's only part of it. It's not even all of it. Um, this is the part called the monastery, and I guess it was used as a monastery for a while. In Byzantine times, the Christian church took it over and used it as a monastery, which is probably why you don't see the statues over here. They would have cleansed that. They would have wiped that clean. So, because they probably didn't look anything like their saints. And some of them might even have been naked. You know how much they hate that. But this just goes on and on and on and on. You can see this just is a small part of a huge, huge, and back in the back there, more and more and more, and all looking very melted, all looking very, and once again, if it was just weathering, it's not all weathered the same. It's not all weathered the same. There are parts of it that are hardly weathered at all. So, it's kind of weird, don't you think? And I'm not looking at chat. I can't see chat right now while I'm doing this. I hope you're finding this as interesting as I am. These are the tiny little, teensy tiny little ant-like people and buildings. Once again, and here are the terraces, these lovely terraces and places. And once again, not quite as worn as the other parts. Much, much better repair. And you can see how small the people are compared. Okay. It's kind of amazing, huh? And we've just about got through the whole thing. If there's anything you want me to get back to, let me know. And here's the amphitheater. Now take a look at this. Take a look at how huge this is. You can't even tell hardly that there are people down there, but there are. That's how huge this amphitheater is. It is absolutely huge. Okay. Wow, And there's a little gift shop or something there. And a little person, a tiny little person there. And more. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And there's more of it everywhere you look. My gosh. And there are windows, things that look like windows up here. Probably a few of these things. And I don't know, there is a place, one of these places, I'm not sure if I maybe went by it, but it's very obviously that it was domes. As a matter of fact, these right here look like they would have been dome shapes at one time and just got melted. And okay, back in the beginning, let me see. Okay, here's another area. It's beautiful at night, actually. And I would think very imposing. And there are the people with their lights. doing their worship or meditation or whatever. And then this is how you come down through it. Okay. And you can see this is this. It would be very, very amazing to actually be there. But since I can't, night show is held 3 times a week and includes a story of Petra and the local ethnic music, which I'm not playing so that I don't get in trouble. And you can see there were more carvings over here. And yowza. Ah, yes, this is one of the really good pictures. Now you get to see from a bird's eye view or a helicopter's eye view just what we're talking about here. Oh, yeah. And you can see that some of these were probably domes before they got melted. They have that shape. And just how far does this extend? Pretty far. So then you tell me, is this just a natural feature? Or did a whole city melt? You can take a look right here and see what looks like over on the right side. You've got something that looks like it was carvings over here, and it looks like it was, yeah, looks like there was something carved into it. And yeah, over on the right side, probably some sculptures of people or animals or whatever. Or maybe it was a very large person or animal. We don't know. But once again, it's very obvious whatever happened. The basic shapes are still there. Yeah, those were domes. You can tell by the look of them, they were domes, onion domes, shaped pieces of construction. And you can even see the different sections. Yep, like right there. It's really obvious when you think of it in these terms, what is going on here. And if we made a city and it got hit with whatever this got hit with, how long do you think it would retain? What do you think it would look like? Okay, there's one more little dot, one more little viewpoint here to go for. There's once again how big the people are compared to the doors and columns and the rest of the place. And so you can actually get a really nice look at the place. I wish there were more of these. I hope that I can find, and you can zoom into some of these, not all the way, of course, but fairly far. You know, take a pretty decent look, better than you could get if you even went there. Then you could see from the ground, and you can see the holes that we see in almost all these buildings. We see these things carved into them. Now, is that something carved in so people can climb them? Maybe. Perhaps it is. Are they like footholds, handholds, or what are they? Something else? This looks like it was once a carving of maybe a giant bird of some sort. And there's the urn that you see on top of a lot of things. And once again, this might have been spared just because it was in some little pocket that didn't get hit. And we see another view of the carved. It looks like these carvings were at one time really nice, detailed carvings, too. The art was really top notch at one point. This person in front does not look dressed correctly for the period. But as a matter of fact, several of these don't. Now that one does. That one does kind of look like a Hindu god right there. And you've got what looks like wings back there on these. Okay, and whatever this was, looks like something's happened to it, and they might even have taken whatever that was off because it might have been offensive to, because yeah, this one's gone too. And you know, if it doesn't agree with what you believe, you should deface it so that it agrees better with what you believe. I guess that's the rule. That was the rule back then. Which, you know. So, very spooky in one way, beautiful in another way, intriguing, very intriguing. You notice that there is one little patch of green, one little tree or bush or something growing right there. That's it. That's all you see in the whole place. Nothing's growing, just one tree. That is kind of weird, isn't it? Kind of makes you feel weird. It's like there's one tiny little tree. How did it get there? Well, actually, there are some things growing out of the sides here, but it's kind of weird. Okay. So with that, I'm going to go back and see what the chat is saying. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That might have been, I think it was. It's a very, yeah, some areas might be out of the direction. Because the places usually at these places that are not hit. Yeah, cool. Well, did you enjoy that? And, you know, if you want me to go back to an area, I can go back to it. Hi, Bomber. Hi, Drake. Yes, it's very unevenly worn. It's not evenly worn at all, you know. Let me get an interesting part to look at here so that we're not just looking at something boring. Here's a kind of an interesting part of it. Whee, ups we go. Look how tiny the people are. Really weird. How intact this is, well, relatively intact compared to this. It just blows my mind, you know. If it had all weathered exactly the same way, we would never maybe catch on that this was really a building. a lot of people would just walk by and say it's just a craggy mountain. But because of this, it's obvious somebody was building here, was built something, did something. And from this viewpoint, it's really obvious to me that this was not just a natural. This is a city. And it's even dark, it's dark up here. It's probably where it either it got blasted or something. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to be the authority here, but there are people who could be. It looks like they had terraces, and this must have been a pretty rocky. You can even see that looked like there were carvings and stuff there all over the place. There's little places all over. Wow, it's really cool. That must be awesome in person. Yeah, right now, people are thinking a plasma. Plasma could do that to a city. Nukes could do that to a city, probably. Plasma could do it to a city. But the way it's worn and not worn, I mean, some of it the wind would obviously do. And I mean, obviously there is going to be weather erosion. However, this is not an area where it rains much. So it would be all wind. This would have to be really, really old. And to me, you can see carvings all over it. So the whole thing was worked somehow, shooting rays at the buildings and people. It's what I kind of. This is Petra in Jordan. How you doing, Bomber? Hello. Yeah, you missed. Some of y'all missed the song. You'll have to play it back. But do you want me to go back and look at any particular spot here? I just thought this was so really freaking interesting that, as far as I'm concerned with the melted building stuff. Oh, and the book. It'll tell you a story here. It'll tell you the story the narrative that they have that goes with the different sites there. So, and it looks like they have oh my gosh. Hey, as long as I'm here, let's go to some other sites. Or do you want to wait? Ooh, wait. No, I gotta go. I gotta go. Do, 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 do. There's supposed to be a 360 here too. Where is it? Oh, okay. Wad rum. Uh, okay. I don't know what that is, but we're about to look at it. Oh, it said it was going to be 360, but I don't see it. Yep, it said 360. I'm upset. Okay, this one they are calling a castle. but they're not letting us see it too far. And then what's this? Virtual travels in 360. I think this is great. I'm definitely going to. Oh, yeah, they have plenty of play. We could go all over the place, it looks like, if I can figure out how to get them to open. So I just have to figure out how to get them to open. I don't know how to turn that off. Okay, I don't know how to mute that. So there's some way to go to a lot of, they have got these now for a lot of sites. That's kind of cool. I think that's extremely cool. So we could, once I figure this out, we could kind of go places together without going anywhere. Hey, where do you want to travel now? Oh, I found it. I found it. Oh, wait. This is cool. Schubert Castle. So let's see what Schubert Castle looks like. I'll turn off the music. Now we're supposed to be able to walk around like we did the other place. Wow. Now this one has the megalithic, you can see megalithic here and then bricks over here. You can see that this is actually two different, vastly different time periods. And this you find all over the place. You find the largest, most stable bedrock structures are on the bottom. The most advanced building design is always at the bottom, and then the quality gets crappier as you as you move up to the more modern times. So evolution of building has actually gone way downhill from where it originally was. Originally, we were throwing megaliths on top of each other like it was nothing, but these days we can't even move them. So you can see some megalith, you can see some brick. Oh, I'm going, look at the arches. My God, how did you, look at the way that's built. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Wow. I'm going to explore this definitely some more. And these things they get lost to time because, they get weathered away once they're exposed. It's just like the Sphinx. The head was exposed and it got weathered, but when they uncovered the body, there was a lot more to it. So, it's quite different levels of weathering. And probably there are levels underground that are even way Wow, you know what? This looks very familiar to me in when we did our traveling the style of the way the corridors are and everything looks a lot like when we went. I can't remember where we went, where we saw this kind of same kind of architecture. Wow. If somebody remembers, let me know. But we went somewhere, we RV'd it, and I saw that kind of architecture exactly. And they're calling this church kind of wide open church. Man, I love these 3D tours. Hmm. The dungeons. Ooh, ooh. Well, that's carved really nice. Look at how pretty that's carved. So this is what they're calling a dungeon. Wow, and look at the bricks. Hollow. There are some hollow, if those are some of the bricks. I don't know. Something else. It looks like bits that they've found lying around. They've lined them up in here and stored them here. And this is not quite as impressive as other parts, but boy, I mean, it's still pretty impressive though. Look at the size of those. Are those stairs? Or were they stairs? Maybe at one time they were stairs. We don't know. We can't tell anymore. Maybe they were stairs for very, very large people at one point. We don't know. Hard to tell anymore. And here are the ruins of the tower. And of course you can get their story about, oh, and this one goes down. Has various levels, obviously. Yeah, you can look and poke around in, but not too far because this only takes you so far, but still it's pretty cool. Okay, I am always impressed by these arches. Having built things, I'm always impressed by these things, how they're done. You know, I'm always looking at how this stuff is built. You know, having designed things and made things and knowing how physics works, this is interesting. Okay, well, anyway, we'll look at the rest of it another time. Saves a lot of money on trips, on plane tickets. Yep, I sure did feel the difference, Bomber. Oh, it's nice, yeah. Yeah, a lot of the buildings were destroyed, obviously. Yeah, it was a big, big shift, and it knocked me flat. Yeah, take a trip and never leave the farm. 30 feet underwater. Save on gas money. You don't have to use public toilets. It's pretty great. I love that. God, I'm so glad I found that. Now I can travel again without traveling or without even RVing. Well, we might want to go RV some of these sometimes though. I think we will probably have a lot less trouble in our RVing these days. But yeah, underwater, I just could not stay awake for nothing last night until 11:11. Then I woke up right at 11:11. I sat down at like 8 and thought, okay, I can get ready to stream. Woke up at 11:11 going, wait a minute. Oops. Well, folks, yeah, we can take these tours together now. It's be kind of fun. Let me know which ones you'd be interested in. About the energy that is happening now. Well, we are experiencing once again the shift has hit the fan again. Well, we're waiting from all that up energy we had, that going into the waxing moon, that the first day of spring and all that and the clearings and everything, and it was kind of nice. And now the weather front that came in is absolutely, it's giving everybody a hard time, and it's even giving we went from 70. See, here we go, it's dropping again, I can feel it. We went from the 70s to the 30s, and I think tonight or tomorrow we're going into the 20s again. We're going to have snow and ice, and going to be below freezing again. Oh, I doubt I will get very much done tomorrow. I'll try. I doubt it. Tomorrow is oh, April Fool. Oh my God. If it was just about harmless pranks, that'd be one thing. But people can carry April Fool a little too far. And I know historically it's not been an easy day for me either. Yeah, it was like, honestly, and then I woke up with my arm hurting again. My arm had been feeling better, and I woke up and my left arm was all jacked again. And I'm like, what the heck hit me? Who ran me over and took my cookies and my milk that I was having with the cookies? And they were chocolate chip cookies too. This ain't fair. Yeah, it was like that. It was like being dropped on your head after having a really nice. It was really getting nice there. I was really enjoying myself. I was really rolling with it as much as I could for about a day or so. Although I gotta say, after I did the card readings, I did have some downtime when I had to take some downtime, and that's what one of the things I wasn't in. I had other things I had to get done, and I had to take downtime because it seems like whenever I do those really intense sessions with y'all, I need a couple days before I do anything else magical again. I need some days to recharge, which kind of makes me recall when I was first told that a lot of times when you come to ask for help or come to ask a question, you know, a lot of times a shaman will make you wait 4 days. Say they'll give you the answer in 4 days. Well, maybe that's because it takes about 3 days to, that you do something and it takes about 3 days to properly get over it before you go on to something else. And if you try to handle too much else, you'll get sick and just have to close down for a while anyway. Okay, Linda. I'll see you later. So, as far as I'm concerned, that was a great trip. And, I'll take y'all on some more trips. We'll all go together. We'll have fun. We can explore some places together. I'll see what all offerings they have available. Obviously, they have a few more, and we can just take off for a while and go traveling. And here is what they've got. They've got the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa. Oh, we can go visit Mary's place. Kalyan Minaret, Bukhara, Uzbekistan. Ooh, Uzbekistan might be fun to see. Al Dabra and the Outer Seychelles Islands. Hanglong, Sichuan, China. Windmills of Holland. Waterfalls and mountain peaks of Switzerland. Wall of China. Bryce Canyon, USA. And maybe there's even more because it says show more. Rice Terraces, Yunnan Province. Fira, Santorini Island in Greece. Wow! Winter Fairy Tale in Lapland, Finland. French Polynesia. Lake Yabara, Japan. Wow. Santa Claus Village in Lapland, Finland. And Karelia, Russia, where shungite comes from. And what do you know? They have, take a look. Yes, Karelia, Russia. And look at the architecture. It's Tartarian architecture, of course. And there's the Northern Lights behind it. Wow. Kamchatka, Russia. Well, now we know where they get the Kamchatka vodka. Blue Holes, Palau. Arriva White House in Island, on Sakhalin Island, Russia. Russia. South Sahara. Split panoramas. Some of this looks pretty cool. Jellyfish Lake. Yeah, this looks pretty nice. We got to go traveling more. We should get out more, you know. See the world together. Yeah, Kyrgyzstan. There you go, Kyrgyzstan. Wow. They actually have quite a lot of places to go. Quite a lot of places we can look at together and see what we can learn from them. What can we learn from them? Probably a lot. So, you guys want to go on another not necessarily a melted city, but you want to go on another tour tonight, or should I leave it alone now and we just chitty chat about something else? This is pretty much what I wanted to show you today, just by way of how amazing they did things in the past that we can't really copy today, or that we don't copy today. And I don't know why, because it was so much more beautiful. The architecture seems to be the same all over the world, very, very similar. That's another thing that's kind of weird, is no matter where you go on the face of the earth, there is a certain type of architecture that shows up in the older buildings. And even if it's not exactly the same, it's still the same idea. They're still using the same idea. The round dome-like structures, we see those everywhere. The Eiffel Tower looking, the big long towers, the spires. And then the carvings, the very, very, very intricate carvings on a huge scale, and in places that you'd have to be, I guess, tie yourself to an eagle to get there. And you know, can you imagine being the person who carved some of these things if you were a normal size human? How that must have been. I've often wondered that. How do you get, how how do you do that? You know, I mean, even when I was a kid and I'd look at Mount Rushmore and they were supposedly carving Mount Rushmore, and I still don't know if I believe that. I still wonder if they really did that, because I don't see us doing that kind of thing anymore. Have you seen anything quite as grand as what we see in the past? I haven't. You know, I don't see it. I don't see us doing anything that grand. So I could be wrong. Anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to do for this show. And I'm not going to hang out any later, because, you know, if we only have, it depends. We only have, it looks like, a few people here now. And I've already sung my song and shown you the world. Not entirely the whole world. Well, we'll see another location next time. We'll all go, and it'll be fun. And I guess, because I don't see chat moving, So I think something somewhere is playing somewhere, and yeah, but we're done. It's okay because we got it all in an hour anyway. So okay. So if I hear from you guys that you want the stream to open back up later on, I can do that, but it is Wednesday. And we've got other things coming on, I know. And you can replay this. So it's not a big deal if you miss something. So I'm going to say what I always say because the chat is not moving. That means people are preoccupied with something or something's broken. And I don't know which. Okay. Yep. It's time to go. Truth is where you find it. Don't forget that you are divine. And this is Ocean Making Waves. Now go out and make some waves of your own. I love you and hope to see you next time. Have fun. And see you in other people's chats. Bye-bye.